Welcome back, brothers and sisters. In the hustle of our daily lives, amidst the noise and haste, lies a timeless question that echoes through the ages. What does it take to live a life of true fulfillment and purpose? For centuries, men have sought answers in the realms of wealth, power, and success, but often the most profound wisdom is found in the quiet corners of history, in the words of those who pondered life's deepest mysteries. So, today, we turn back the pages of time to rediscover the teachings of ancient philosophers. From the bustling streets of Athens to the serene landscapes of Rome, these timeless voices still have much to teach us about the art of living. Join us as we explore these eternal pearls of wisdom and see how they can illuminate our path today. And if you value these explorations, consider supporting our journey on Patreon. Your support helps us continue to bring these timeless lessons to life, for all of us seeking to grow and learn together. Our journey begins in ancient Athens, a cradle of Western philosophy, with one of its most celebrated thinkers, Socrates. Socrates declared, "An unexamined life is not worth living." This powerful idea compels us to question our life's path. It's about living with intention, not just existing. Like many others, I've found that self-examination opens doors to personal growth. It's the first step towards genuine self-improvement and living a life true to ourselves. In fact, knowing yourself is a fundamental prerequisite for a life well lived. Thales of Miletus added to this when he said that the most difficult thing in life is to know yourself. It's easy to nod in agreement with Socrates, but in practice, self-discovery is a complex, often elusive journey. Thales points out the difficulty of this praxis. He asks us to peel back the layers of who we think we are to reveal our true selves. In this pursuit, we face our fears, confront our hopes, and chase our dreams. This path to self-knowledge is not straightforward. It's filled with introspection, questioning, and often uncomfortable truths. Democritus, another brilliant Greek philosopher, reminds us of one of these challenges in his famous quote, "It is hard to fight desire, but to control it is the sign of a reasonable man." This speaks to the heart of our daily battles. Whether it's the lure of material possessions, the temptation of unhealthy habits, or of instant gratification, we all face the challenge of desire. Democritus isn't just suggesting that we suppress or ignore our desires. Rather, he's pointing to the power of reason and self-discipline. It's about making conscious choices that align with our deeper values and long-term goals. In our world of endless distractions and constant stimulation, learning to control our desires is more relevant than ever. It's a skill that requires practice, patience, and self-awareness. But in a society where excess and indulgence are often the norm, even a modicum of self-control can set you apart from the masses, improving your life in remarkable ways. You don't have to outrun the bear as long as you are faster than the other picnickers, which is fairly easy in our current time. However, really mastering this aspect of self, as Democritus suggests, is a mark of a truly reasonable and mature individual. It's not just about denying ourselves pleasures, but about choosing a path that leads to genuine happiness and fulfillment. Our next guide, Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, teaches a valuable lesson. He tells us, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This is a call to action for all of us. To not just dream, but to actively shape our lives. It's about envisioning your ideal self and taking real steps to realize it. This approach has transformed how I and many others pursue our goals, making us act rather than just dream and hope. As we delve deeper into our journey of self-knowledge, we encounter Aristotle, one of the greatest minds of ancient philosophy. His teachings on excellence resonate profoundly in our quest for personal mastery. Among many things, Aristotle teaches us, excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. This reminds us that true excellence isn't luck or a spontaneous occurrence. It's a deliberate and consistent pursuit. In every field, be it sports, arts, or slaying our enemies, the path to excellence is paved with intentionality and hard work. It's about setting high standards, putting in the effort, and making smart choices along the way. Yes, luck sometimes plays a role if you know how to take advantage of it. But more often than not, too much luck actually works against you. Children of wealthy parents often squander their wealth, and highly intelligent young people will succeed in school without developing a work ethic, so they have a tendency to give up when they eventually encounter a real hurdle where raw intelligence isn't sufficient. From the wisdom of Greece, we now journey to the heart of ancient Rome, where Juvenal the poet expressed a timeless maxim that captures the essence of holistic well-being. Juvenal declared mens sana in corpore sano, a phrase that translates to a sound mind in a sound body. This profound statement beautifully represents the Roman ideal of holistic health, a concept that remains as relevant today as it was 2 millennia ago. In our pursuit of personal mastery, Juvenal's words serve as a powerful reminder. Our mental and physical health are deeply interconnected. To nurture one is to strengthen the other. A fit body fuels a sharp mind, and a serene mind enhances our physical endurance. I've experienced this connection too, adopting a routine that balanced physical exercise, including lifting, running, and swimming, with mental exercise transformed not just my health, but my entire outlook on life. It's about more than just fitness or stress relief. It's a necessary approach to living fully. Juvenal's philosophy invites us to consider our own lives, perhaps especially for those of us who tend to live in our heads. Are you nurturing both your mind and body? Are you creating harmony between your physical and mental well-being? Let's commit to fostering a balance that cultivates both mental clarity and physical vitality. In doing so, we pave the way towards a life of true wellness and personal mastery, a journey that is not only fulfilling but also empowering. While Juvenal was Roman, the ancient Greeks would have agreed with him. For example, Socrates was not just a philosopher of the mind, but also an advocate for the strength of the body. Socrates declared, "No citizen has a right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without ever seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable." This powerful statement underscores the importance of physical fitness as an integral part of personal development. This is more than building muscles or endurance. It's about discovering the latent potential within, the unexplored strength and capabilities of our own bodies. For young men especially, this journey towards physical mastery will shape in confidence, resilience, and a habit of self-discipline. Not to mention the huge upside of starting young, while your hormones basically makes you comparable to a middle-aged man on a high dose of tren. It's the ideal time to develop muscle memory and strength that will serve you well into later years. Moving from Athens to Sparta, a city-state renowned for its almost superhuman focus on strength and resilience. When King Agesilaus was asked why Sparta lacked city walls, he pointed to his men and said, "These are Sparta's walls." This was more than just bragging about how tough they were, and it speaks volumes to us today. It cautions against the comfort of hiding behind walls, whether they are physical, emotional, or situational. While barriers can offer temporary shelter, they will ultimately lead to weakness and fragility. In my own experience, embracing challenges without relying on walls has been a path to true resilience. For many today, there's a tendency to look to the state as a kind of wall, a protector and provider. But the Spartan philosophy reminds us that reliance on such entities will inhibit your independence. Let's remind ourselves, the greatest walls we can build are those of our own character and determination. These are the walls that no external force can breach, the foundation of a life lived with true strength. Let's now return to the bustling forums of ancient Rome, where Cicero, a thinker well ahead of his time, had a keen eye for what truly defines wisdom. Cicero astutely remarked, "The function of wisdom is to discriminate between good and evil." This is a reminder that real wisdom isn't just about being smart or clever. It's about seeing through the bullshit, knowing what's right and what's not. In a society where trickery still often masquerades as wisdom or authority, Cicero's words ring especially true. It's easy to confuse cunning with being wise. Cicero throws a spotlight on this. He tells us to be on the lookout, whether it's in our day-to-day or when we're sizing up statements and actions by those in charge. Think about it. Almost every day, we come across decisions and arguments that seem smart at first glance, but might not be that great for you. Cicero is nudging us to dig deeper, to really think about the consequences of what we're doing and what's being done around us. Embracing Cicero's way of thinking helps us build a sharper mind. It's about being honest with ourselves and choosing a path that leads to something genuinely good, not just what looks good on the surface. So, as we mull over Cicero's words, let's aim to develop that kind of wisdom. It's about being more than just smart. It's about being wise enough to know the difference between what's truly good and what's merely clever. As we navigate the ebb and flow of life, let's turn to the ancient philosopher Heraclitus, known for his profound insights into the nature of change and the essence of our being. Heraclitus famously said, "Character is destiny." It's a simple phrase but packed with deep meaning. It tells us that while we might not control everything in life, who we are, our character, plays a huge role in shaping where we end up. Think about it. Every day we're faced with choices. Do we push ourselves, think ahead, and act with integrity? Or do we take the easy road, looking for instant gratification, or maybe just doing the bare minimum? Our choices, driven by our character, set us on paths that define our future. This idea of path dependency that Heraclitus hints at is pretty crucial. It's like walking through a forest. The paths we choose, step by step, determine our journey's direction. Each decision, each action reflective of our character, leads us to our destiny. So what does this mean for us? It means taking a good look at ourselves, understanding who we are and who we want to be. It's about building a character that we're proud of, one decision at a time. In the midst of life's challenges, let's not forget to draw some useful advice from Marcus Aurelius, the Roman Stoic philosopher king. His teachings provide a compass for navigating many of the trials we face in life. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius advised that the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. This powerful statement goes beyond the common urge to retaliate. It speaks to the higher call of personal virtue, especially in the face of wrongdoing. Sure, there are times when standing up for ourselves or seeking direct justice is necessary. But in our day-to-day lives, reacting to every slight or injustice with revenge often leads us down a path we don't want to go. When we feel mistreated, it's a moment to reflect on our values. What does this teach us about right and wrong? How can we grow from this? Often, bad behavior from others serves as a reminder of what we don't want to be. Those who do wrong often want to drag others down with them. They can't stand seeing someone maintain self-control and integrity, and there's your real form of revenge, being the person they can't be. Living well, with self-control and integrity, is often the best response to those who wish you harm. Let's choose to respond to injustice not with similar actions, but by reinforcing our commitment to personal virtue. In doing so, we don't just defy those who wrong us, we elevate ourselves, embodying the strength and character they lack. While we seek guidance on the path to personal fulfillment, the words of Seneca, another Stoic philosopher of ancient Rome, offer a timeless perspective on contentment and desire. Seneca profoundly stated, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This isn't just about wealth or poverty, it's a powerful commentary on the nature of desire and satisfaction. In our world, where there's always something new to desire, it's easy to get caught in the trap of never feeling satisfied. We're often taught that happiness comes from having more, but Seneca asks us to rethink this. This is all about knowing yourself, as Thales of Miletus said, understanding what your true purpose is so you don't end up chasing endless desires. The danger of unchecked desire is the perpetual feeling of lack, no matter how much we have. It's a cycle that can leave us feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. It's not about living in a barrel under a bridge, though. The key lies in recognizing what's enough for you, what truly brings value to your life and to those you love. Seneca's wisdom invites us to pause and reflect, to look at our lives and ask, what do I really need so I can do what I must do? By understanding and embracing what we really need and no more, we free ourselves from the endless pursuit of more and discover the richness of a life well lived. Let's explore the world of Diogenes the Cynic, a philosopher who defied convention with his sharp wit and unwavering commitment to living by his principles. Diogenes famously proclaimed, "I am Diogenes the dog. I nuzzle the kind, bark at the greedy and bite scoundrels." This quote, one of my personal favorites, captures the essence of living with uncompromising integrity and authenticity. In my video dedicated to Diogenes, I delve deeper into his life and philosophy, a must-watch for anyone inspired by his unorthodox approach. His words guide me daily to go out of my way to treat people well, until given a reason not to. And when that line is crossed, I remember it's my duty to stop being nice. Diogenes' philosophy is clear-cut. Don't waste your efforts trying to please or involve yourself with people of low character, no matter their status or wealth. Instead, focus on your own path, your values. Speak your truth loudly. Let everyone hear you when you expose dishonesty or injustice. It's not about seeking conflict for conflict's sake. It's about not shying away from it when your principles are at stake. Embrace the spirit of Diogenes. Live boldly, with principle and honesty. Treat others well, stand firm in your convictions, and don't be afraid to raise your voice for what's right. It's a path that may not be easy, but it is undoubtedly rewarding and genuine. Our journey through ancient wisdom culminates with Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, whose teachings on self-mastery resonate powerfully in our quest for personal excellence. Zeno declared, "Man conquers the world by conquering himself." This statement tells us that the key to mastering our surroundings begins with mastering ourselves. This quote really ties everything together. It reminds us that no matter how many wise quotes we hear or life lessons we learn, they mean nothing if we don't live by them. To truly be your own man, to make your mark in this world, starts with self-control. You've probably heard a similar sentiment from our contemporary thinker Jordan Peterson, who famously advised to clean your room, bucko. This philosophy is about starting with ourselves. It's about getting our own life in order before attempting to tackle larger challenges. It all begins with the small, everyday things. Each decision, every act of discipline, no matter how small, shapes who we are. Zeno's words, combined with Peterson's pragmatic advice, reminds us that mastering our own space, our habits and our minds is the first step toward broader success and impact. Self-mastery isn't just an abstract concept, it's a practical approach to life. It's about consistency in our actions and staying true to our values, even in the face of adversity. As we conclude our journey through ancient life lessons, we're left with enduring insights from philosophers who still speak to us across time. From Socrates' introspection to Zeno's self-mastery, each thought leader has offered a unique lens through which we can view our lives. These teachings, ancient yet timeless, provide us with a roadmap for personal growth and integrity. Now it's your turn. Embrace these lessons. Apply them to your daily challenges and aspirations where they make sense to you. Let them guide you in your journey towards a more fulfilled and principled life. The path to mastery begins with you. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of wisdom that stands the test of time. If you enjoyed this video, you should watch this one next.